Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your ever Shorty, and I'm on two things. I'm on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. So hopefully this is actually going to work a little bit better today. Because we're doing Captain Carter. So I've got to worry about where my camera is for both of these now. And Captain Carter is one of those things that I've been looking forward to. So much so that I almost ordered a specific variant just for me, because it looked really, really cool. Sorry, this camera angle is a bit odd. I'm trying to find a way to balance this nicely, but this is going to be teething problems. Sorry about that. So anyway, yes, been looking forward to Captain Carter. Thought it had a lot of potential, but very quickly, very early on, I kind of had the realization that the artwork was laying it down. Now, it's not a simple thing to say, oh, comic book artwork isn't great, because it's Marvel Comics. They can hire really good people, and they do hire really good people, and I don't want anyone to think that Cresta is not a good artist. She is great. But what Marvel can do is do uninspiring things. They can use very basic computer digital coloring, which doesn't add anything at all to it. And they can do some really quite odd page layouts where it feels like they're going asymmetrical for no other reason than it's going to fit more text into the page where they want it to. It doesn't actually add anything to the story. It doesn't make you engage with the page any way other than an absolutely bog standard layout would do. And the more you notice the text being where it is, the more you realize that that's kind of where the thought began and ended with what they were doing with the page layouts. Now, it's not to say it stays that way throughout, because when you get near the end, there's actually an action sequence, which is brilliant. And it generally works really quite nicely. It is kinetic. The page layouts stay vaguely simple, but actually add a little bit to it. My personal favorite is this just nice little setup at the top there, and then for rapid action beats underneath it. Kind of the way it's phrased there makes it look as if like each one of these happens in the same amount of time it takes that one image to happen. And that is really good. That's how you can do that kind of thing with comic books. It also, at the very end, has this picture of Captain Carter. Now, I really like that bit of artwork. I think there's everything I need going on there. Facial expression is fantastic. The one raised eyebrow, the slight sneer off to one side with the head. The hair looks fantastic. It's really, really good. And I was like, well, if this was the way the artwork was throughout, I'd probably have a lot more nicer things to say about it. But I'm about to show you her first appearance in the comic book, and you're going to wonder what the hell's been going on. It almost doesn't look like it's the same person. It looks like it's hardly an effort put into it. Yet there's more than on the outfit. Absolutely. And I like the costume design. Like on the cover, that is an absolutely brilliant costume design. I've already had some you say that looks fantastic. And it does. You actually get to see that get revealed in the comic book, although she's not wearing it in the comic book. And you think, yeah, okay, I'm kind of sold on this one. But the inconsistencies in the art, the lack of consistency on the artwork is enough to stop me really getting on with it. And it's kind of similar with the writing, I hate to say. There is some good writing in there, some fantastic dialogue between her and, I was going to say Betsy Braddock, but it isn't. It's Braddock's sister, which is really quite nice. There's some excellent stuff with the woman who lives above, who's a music producer, who lives in the flat above hers. And there's even some quite nice dialogue between her and the Prime Minister, who is written to be a bit of a bugger. In fact, he literally talks about when he was in school, he used to play rugger, which means he played rugby union, which means he's a bad person. But he's written well, and he's at least interesting to watch. You get a sense of what he's trying to do. It's basically playing off the whole Brexit thing, and England's trying to be a force to reckon with again. Basically looking for that, like, this idealized past, which every country has at some point, and quite often is a tool of fascism. And I like the fact that they've had a prime minister basically using that kind of coded language to get across what they're trying to do and why they will be taking advantage of Peggy. But there's also some kind of odd writing at the beginning where the very first kind of thing you see in terms of text in the book is there, Arctic Ocean, above the something or other ridge now. Now it says now right there, yeah? Okay. Nothing really happens from there. It's conversations. It's people who've been introduced to Peggy Carter, and she gets annoyed and walks out. And literally, that's maybe been half an hour. And then we get that little bit of extra text there. That was 2 months ago. Why say now and then during the same scene where it is now, say it's 2 months ago? It just makes no sense and makes me think, what the hell were they doing? Why were they writing it like that? But there is some other really good writing in there. I wanted to love it, and I didn't. I cannot lie about this. I'm not going to try and score extra points by saying, yay, female representation. It's a good comic book, but it's not great, and at times it is bad. It left me lacking. And that's not even getting into the whole, wait, where is this set within the Marvel Universe? Is this an offshoot? Is this a what if? Is this an alternate history? Or are they rewriting stuff that I'm just not aware of? There's a lot of unanswered questions, which I think we should get through, because McKelvey feels like the kind of writer to do that well. But he's not done it so well that I really want to carry on, unfortunately. Anyway, that's it for me today. I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.